On Christmas Eve, 1945, a house fire tore through the home of the Sodder family in Fayetteville, West Virginia. By morning, 5 of their 10 children had vanished. The authorities said they died in the fire, but no remains were ever found. What happened that night remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in American history. This is the story of the Sodder children. Who were the Sodders? George and Jenny Sodder were Italian immigrants raising a large family in West Virginia. George ran a successful trucking company, and the family lived in a 2-story wood frame home. But George had strong opinions, especially about Italian dictator Benito Mussolini. He spoke out often, even arguing with other members of the Italian community. Whether it was politics or fate, something was brewing in the shadows of that small town. The fire, Christmas Eve, 1945. Christmas Eve was joyful. The Sodders opened presents and celebrated late into the night. Around 10 p.m., Jenny sent most of the children to bed, but 5 stayed up: Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny Jr., and Betty. At 1 a.m., Jenny heard a loud thud on the roof, followed by a rolling sound. Moments later, she smelled smoke. The house was on fire. George, Jenny, and 4 of the children escaped, but the 5 kids upstairs were never seen again. Strange occurrences that night. Strange things happened that night. The ladder that always sat below the attic window, missing. The family's trucks, both wouldn't start. The phone line, cut not burned. George smashed a window to try and re-enter the home, but couldn't reach the children. The fire burned the house to the ground. When fire crews finally arrived 8 hours later, they searched the ashes and found no bones, no teeth, nothing. Evidence and investigation. Authorities concluded the children had died in the fire, but Jenny refused to accept it. She consulted experts. They said bones should have survived that kind of fire. She even tested it herself, burning animal bones in her stove. They never completely disintegrated. Eyewitness reports began to surface. A woman claimed to have seen the children at a diner 50 miles away. A hotel staffer said they stayed with unknown adults. A few weeks before the fire, a man trying to sell insurance warned George, "Your house is going to go up in smoke, and your children are going to be destroyed." Theories. Theory 1, accidental fire. This was the official conclusion, but the missing remains, cut phone line, and non-functional trucks cast doubt. Theory 2, political retaliation. George's anti-fascist stance made him enemies in the Italian community. Could the children have been kidnapped in revenge? Theory 3, child trafficking. Multiple sightings suggested they may have been taken alive and raised under different identities. The Sodders believed their children were still alive and they weren't alone. The photograph. In 1968, over 2 decades after the fire, the Sodders received a letter. Inside was a photo of a young man, aged around 30, with a note. "Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie, ill boys. A 90,132 or 35. The man looked strikingly like Louis. The family hired a private investigator to track the sender. He vanished, never contacting the Sodders again. Legacy and closing. George died in 1969, Jenny in 1989. They never accepted that their children died in the fire. For over 40 years, the family kept a billboard on Route 16 with the children's faces, pleading for information. To this day, no remains have ever been found. No arrests have been made. The Sodder case remains open, haunting, unanswered, unforgettable. What do you think happened to the Sodder children? Was this an unspeakable tragedy or something far more disturbing? Share your theories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that history refuses to let rest.